his 200 super innings.
So very often they would get into a situation where they were all set to lose a test match with 2 days to go, and then it was up to Sunil Gavaskar to saving a match was like winning, you know.
Standing just 163 centimetres or 5 feet 4, Gavaskar built his game around a compact defence and the discipline to take only calculated risks.
Now there's a chap who had an insatiable appetite for runs, but he scored them in attractive fashion. Sunil Gavaskar is one of the great players, had a close to perfect technique.
Sonny is probably one of the best players of fast bowling that I played against. His record is sensational.
He was the best opening batsman I have seen.
I think he was technically very sound. He would, smell the ball when he was playing, and coming from an opening batsman, the way he used to play the ball close to the body, you can't expect anything more from an opening batsman, and I think that is one reason why he was a great player.
For my generation, Sunil Gavaskar showed that you could be an Indian batsman, go out and play the fastest bowlers in the world and score runs against them. It was a huge inspiration, and I think it told a generation of batsmen to follow that if you're Indian, you can still play fast bowling.
For me, what stood out about Sunny was he was a fantastic role model, and that was tremendously comforting to the dressing room. It was just that kind of an individual. He was mentally very strong. He was that positive in his mindset that he knew that it was just a matter of time. If he could see the first half an hour or so through, he could get a big score.
Sunil Gavaskar, during that era was the perfect opening batsman that you would have. Great defense, tremendous patience, played the ball late. But little did people realize that he was a small man with huge ambitions on the cricket field.
Gavaskar, the little master, and he was. And whenever the West Indies played against him, he just seemed to relish the challenge against the West Indies. I think he has more hundreds against the West Indies than anyone else, and he was so difficult to dislodge. Tremendous technique, tremendous concentration, just to keep on going, even against fast bowling, which is coming at him all the time.
Like Sunil Gavaskar in your team, you can really chase a target of 400 in the second innings, which is kind of impossible in Test match cricket because of the wear and tear on the pitch. It's very, very difficult, but the concentration this man had, he could score any kinds of runs in any kind of conditions.
Scored one of the greatest centuries of modern times, a chanceless and error-free 221 in just over 8 hours.
Magnificent performance for this fine batsman.
But a magnificent player. He had low centre of gravity, he had great balance, and if he played a bad shot or what he thought was a bad shot, you'd suddenly see him lean the bat against the stumps or drop it, and he'd do this down the wicket. And he'd just look and look. And I asked him one day, I said, "What are you doing, son?" He said, he's refocusing. I'm refocusing, and that was wrong. I'm refocusing. And he just used to shut everything out and then just go back. But he was a great timer with the ball, could work it either side of the wicket. Well balanced. He had everything.
Will he make it 9,000?
There it is, that's his 9,000th run.
In the 80s, Gavaskar rewrote record after record. He became the first man to play 100 tests and 200 innings, and the first man to pass 9,000 and then 10,000 test runs.
He made us all proud. I mean, the little man, an opener from India who's never faced fast bowlers. We don't have pitches in India, which are conducive to fast bowling. And he goes and scores runs against Dennis Lillies and Malcolm Marshalls and Andy Roberts with so much of ease.
In which the Indians...
Straight drive from Gavaskar. He's played that shot a few times.
I think his best shot was a straight drive down the ground of the fast bowlers. He got into such great position. He would go back and across against the quickest, and then just wait for them to pitch the ball up, and he would offer the full face of the blade and just punch it down the ground between the mid-on and the bowler. It was an outstanding shot. He played it against all the great fast bowlers.
Gavaskar, to me, was probably is the best player technically I've seen in probably the last.
Now, scoring runs against the West Indies would mean the world. 4 best fast bowlers in the world were in the West Indian team when Sunil Gavaskar was playing. So scoring runs against them meant a lot to him. This man already planned what he was going to do, and he planned it so quickly and went and achieved it. That was his greatness. That was his quality.
A great innings by a truly great player, a legend in his own lifetime, Sunil Gavaskar.
Sunil Gavaskar played in 125 test matches.
I think he goes way beyond the numbers he's generated, which are outstanding in any case.
But he showed it that as Indians, you can go out there and compete with the very best. And his individual success was an inspiration for all the others to find some kind of confidence in world cricket.
Like Alan Border for Australia, Gavaskar often stood between India and defeat. Before him, consistency was not the watchword for Indian batting. His technique and his tenacity paved the way for future stars like Azharuddin, Tendulkar, Dravid and Laxman, and increased worldwide regard for Indian batsmanship.